All right. Now that we have covered all your games to watch, let's get into the fun part. January transfer window. It is open, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go over January's top transfer rumors. Now, we're also going to cover if these players would be a good fit for these teams, because you might not know who these people are. All right, now I'm going to butcher this name. This one apparently about to be announced by Chelsea. We got Benoit Badiashile, 37 million euros, medical scheduled apparently via Fabrizio Romano for the next 24 hours. Tyler, do you think he's a good fit?
He's pretty young, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, I mean, we'll see. Chelsea obviously need a striker. Whether this guy can be it.
I want to correct you, Tyler. He's a central defender.
Central defender. Okay,
yes.
I thought he was a striker.
Yes. I mean, Chelsea did sign a kid named Fofana.
Fofana, that's who it was. That's their
earlier, a couple of days ago. But he's 19. Badiashile, he is supposed to be their cheaper alternative to Guardiola. So
we'll see. We'll see how long it takes to get him adapted to the Premier League, but I don't think he starts for Chelsea, no.
No. But with their aging back line, with Koulibaly and Thiago Silva, I mean, their average age of their center backs is 35. I think they do need that extra bit of youth, especially as the season goes on. I think it's a great signing for Chelsea. Like you said, I don't know if he makes an instant impact, but they do need more depth, so I think it's a great signing for them.
Might be one for the future for them.
Yeah. News just in as well today. Arsenal have activated one-year extensions for William Saliba and Bukayo Saka. How big is that for Arsenal?
That's good for Arsenal. Those are two other standout performers this year.
Yeah.
Arguably their best player going forward and their best defender, so...
I agree. And with both of them going into their last 6 months of their contracts, it prevents other teams from coming in and negotiating a new contract with them for free in the summer.
Good job, Arsenal, then.
Yeah. Speaking of Arsenal, the rumor that just won't stop, Mykhailo Mudryk to Arsenal. Apparently they've put in a second bid with more money up front. Targo, is this deal going to happen?
We'll see. I think it'll depend on price. It's going to be how much Shakhtar are willing to accept and how much Arsenal are willing to pay. You know, as an Arsenal fan, I don't think they should break their transfer record for this player. I think they should try to get him for under that if they can. I think he'd be a great signing. Adds lots of depth to our squad.
Yes.
Definitely be a great player. Because, I mean, he's not going to start if he signs for Arsenal. He's not taking out Gabriel Martinelli or Bukayo Saka. So he definitely would be a great player, I think, to come off the bench, though. Maybe kill off a game.
Yeah.
And could be one for the future as well.
Yeah, Mudryk is a fantastic talent. Is he worth the $100 million that Shakhtar thinks he is? I don't think so.
Well, I mean, the market will determine that. See if anyone's willing to pay it.
Yeah, I don't think Arsenal should break the bank for him. If they can do some sort of, incentivized deal to make the deal look more enticing, I think it'll happen. I don't think Shakhtar will ultimately force Arsenal to pay $100 million for him because Mudryk wants to go to Arsenal. There's pictures today. I don't know if it's photoshopped or not, but Mudryk in an Arsenal kit working out.
Yeah, that's definitely photoshopped.
I thought it was hilarious, but Mudryk's liking a lot of Arsenal's posts, posting him watching Arsenal play. He wants the move. If Shakhtar wants to let him go, the deal will get done. But ultimately, personally, I think if it doesn't happen now, it will happen in the summer. I think Arsenal might just be priced out of buying him in January.
We'll see. Right. Like you said, he definitely wants to move. Whether he starts to force that move on his end will, I think, kind of determine whether he leaves or not this transfer window.
Yeah, I agree. And then one that looks destined to happen, at least leaving Atletico, João Felix. He's going to leave. He's only been really rumored to go to the Premier League in Arsenal and Man United, but the rumors just keep persisting.
Yeah, we'll see where he ends up. I mean, he'd be a great signing for both players. It's just whether they want to put that money up front for a 6-month loan.
Yeah, I mean, both teams, they need a winger, at least more depth. The beauty of João Felix, though, is he can play all across that front four with United.
That's what I was just going to say. He can play on that wing or he can play through the middle.
Yeah, he can even play up top. So Arsenal need another hybrid striker. United need more depth on the wing and more quality going forward. It's who's going to be willing to pay the $21 million up front and the $6 million salary he has. That's
I don't think it's quite that much. Months. I think they're asking for an $8 million loan fee, and then plus his wages, it take it up to $13 million.
The whole package is rumored to be $21 million. So,
but even that's a lot of money for a loan player.
Yeah,
with no guarantee to buy.
Even of João Felix's caliber. So we'll see. Next rumor, we got Amrabat, star of the World Cup, came out of nowhere. He's been linked to everybody. Liverpool, Sevilla, or Atletico Madrid, all looking at him.
I think he'd be a great signing for Sevilla. He could join his fellow Moroccan teammate, goalkeeper Bonu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think he would also be a great signing for Atletico Madrid, especially the style of play that they have. But Atletico does have such a good, deep midfield. I mean, they are getting older and aging. Do you put a 26-year-old Amrabat in there? I don't know.
I wouldn't. I think he should go to Sevilla if it's either of those two clubs.
Yeah. Personally, I actually think Liverpool would be a great fit for him, especially the form they're in right now. They need that extra bit of energy in there to help the other midfielders like Henderson, who you can start to see that his age is catching up to him.
Potentially, he'd probably be fighting Fabinho for that position.
Well, as Man City has shown, all the great teams need more than one good center midfielder. So we'll see, especially in that defensive role. That defense needs some help. They've been leaking in goals like crazy.
Yeah.
I think he would be a good fit for them. Is he a long-term fit? I don't think so. I think he's more of a stopgap right now. For Amrabat, personally, I think you're right. I think Sevilla is probably the best fit for him, at least long-term. Next up, we got Denzel Dumfries to Chelsea or Spurs. I think they both need that type of player. Chelsea a little less now that they have signed Botticelli, and I probably have been butchering his name the whole time, but Reece James is out.
So if someone knows how to really pronounce his name, please let us know.
Yeah, please let us know. I haven't heard much of him, but we did see him on the French national team. So, both teams need a right back. Both teams kind of need a center back.
Yeah, and that's what's great about Dumfries is he can play right back and center back.
Yeah,
and obviously with Reece James going out injured again, Chelsea could probably use someone in that position.
Yeah. And Spurs right back. I mean, Emerson Royale has not looked good at all this season.
So, yeah, I think he wouldn't be a terrible signing for Spurs either. I don't think either one would be bad for him.
Yeah. Personally, I think Chelsea needs him less. I think Spurs probably get him in the end. They need more cover and, someone to give competition to Royale because he's not playing well.
Yeah, would be a great signing for Spurs.
All right. Next, we got probably the craziest transfer rumor of this entire window so far. The swap for Jack Grealish and Rafael Leao from City to AC Milan. It literally makes no sense to me. What are
Not if you're Milan.
Yeah. I mean, I know City want him, but come on. That is like one of the worst deals you could possibly do.
If you're Milan, if you're City, it'd be literally the best deal ever. I mean, you get a poor, out-of-form Jack Grealish off your books, and you get Rafael Leao, who's much younger than Jack Grealish.
Yeah, and arguably, at this point in their careers, I think Rafael Leao is actually a better player than Jack Grealish.
He's been flying for Milan.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of a look in for Portugal at the World Cup. Played a few games. I think he got a couple goals.
Yep.
So I think it'd be great signing for Man City if they can pull that one off. I don't think they will.
I don't think so
either. Fantastic for him.
Unless they throw a ton of cash with him, just to lower that transfer fee, because Rafael Leao is going to be one of the most expensive transfers in the world at this point.
When he does leave, yeah.
Yeah. Which I think is inevitable, but to City with that swap, I don't think that deal happens.
No.
Yeah. All right. Just fresh off his World Cup victory, being one of the standout stars, Alexis McAllister to Juventus.
I don't think that happens.
Yeah, I don't think it happens either. I mean, especially with Juventus lacking money right now and not having a board, how do you even get this deal done?
And McAllister's going to go for a pretty penny when he does leave now. His stock rose quite a bit after this World Cup.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm in agreement with you. I don't think he leaves until the summer. Brighton have got a stellar season going. I think he finishes the season out.
Same.
All right, the big one. $120 million transfer. Enzo Fernandez to Chelsea. It's looking like Liverpool are pulling out of that race because they don't want to spend that kind of money.
I think Chelsea are going to pull out too, because that's just too much money.
Personally, Todd Bowley, they need a midfielder. He's a star now. Benfica, probably the best team in the world at getting ridiculous transfer fees out of teams. I mean, they've raised over $500 million with their top 10 transfers. It's insane.
It is. They definitely know how to produce some young talent and sell them for quite a bit.
Yeah, I think it happens. Clubs. I think Chelsea get Enzo Fernandez just because everyone else is going to want to wait for Jude Bellingham in the summer. They're going to cost right around the same amount. Chelsea needs someone now. He's a fantastic talent. I think they get him.
And think of what you just said. You just said Enzo Fernandez and Jude Bellingham going for the same amount. If you had your pick of those two players, which one would you pick?
Jude Bellingham, hands down. Yeah,
I don't think Enzo Fernandez goes for that amount of money. He's a great player, but not $120 million worth.
No, but with Todd Bowley and his checkbook, I think Benfica probably get away with it.
All right. We'll see. I don't think it does, but
transfer that just happened this summer. Frank Kessie moved from AC Milan to Barcelona. They're already trying to get rid of him
on a free. Yeah,
Spurs coming in, looking like they might try to get him. Thoughts?
I don't think it makes Spurs any better. I feel like their midfield's pretty good. Rodrigo Bentancur, Emil Holberg, Basuma. Maybe he comes in and adds a little bit of depth, but it seems like he's not happy. He's not happy playing at Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if he'd want to come to Spurs and potentially not play.
No, they have so many players that play exactly the same. With a guy who's not used to the Premier League, I don't see it happening either. Unless Barcelona just want to get his wages off the books and it's a steal.
Yeah, if it's for the right amount, maybe Spurs might go in for him.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I don't think this one happens. One a little bit more likely to happen. Marco Asensio from Real Madrid to Man United. I think this one's very intriguing.
It is. I think he'd be a good signing for United.
It'd be huge signing.
Because I'm guessing they deploy him out there on the left. And Rashford kind of likes to play out there, but they might decide to play Rashford through the middle instead of Martial.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it could be a good signing. It might hinder the development of that young Garnacho, but
yeah, I think it's huge because, if we look back to last summer, Marco Asensio was looking at the worst season of his life, essentially. Not playing well, being on the bench for Madrid. Ancelotti takes a gamble on him this season. He's playing out of his boots this season compared to last season.
He's been playing well, yeah, played well for Spain.
United get him. I don't know if it's the right move for him personally, but it'd be huge for United. So
we'll see. I mean, potentially, I think it could be a good move for him.
Yeah.
Whether his style of football suits the Premier League, that's where I am a little concerned.
Yeah. I thought the same about Bruno, though, and he's tearing it up and has been for a while now. So
I remember watching Bruno for Sporting, and he was pulling all the strings for that team against big clubs.
Yeah.
I knew he'd be a great signing for me, Man United.
I think so too. Jude Bellingham in the transfer mill again. This time, Real Madrid's interested. They want to do the deal now. Do you think it happens?
No,
I don't either.
not till summer.
I think it'll be interesting to see. Dortmund apparently have a sit down with him before the season starts at the end of the month. Whether or not he leaves in the summer or in January, Real Madrid would have to offer a ridiculous amount of money to get him.
They would. I mean, they're sitting tied at the top of La Liga with Barcelona. So I don't know. Maybe they see getting Jude Bellingham, pushing them to first place and winning the title.
I think it's more of we need to get this guy before anybody else does because he's that good. I don't think they're signing him for this season. If they do sign him, I think he'll stay at Dortmund and they'll just agree to a fee for it to go through in the summer. But I think you're right. I don't think he leaves Dortmund till the end of the year. I still my odds-on favorites are Liverpool for Bellingham. Whether or not they can afford him is a different story. Obviously, I would like your prediction of him going to Arsenal after they win the league to be the winner, but I got to go unbiased. I think he goes Liverpool this summer. I don't think Madrid want to spend that much. I think they'd rather spend it on Mbappe.
Yeah, so that kind of raises the question, who does Real Madrid go after? They go after Mbappe or Jude Bellingham?
Yeah. With an aging Karim Benzema, I think they would rather go for Mbappe, but time will tell. Maybe they, after being burnt by Mbappe, they don't want anything to do with him. We'll see. Speaking of United, Marcus Thuram, he's in the last 6 months of his contract and can negotiate with anybody right now. Mönchengladbach is, they're in 8th place, 5 points off the, Europa League spots. Does he leave and go to United? Do they put a bid in now?
That's tough. I know, he came out and said that he would like to help Mönchengladbach get to that Europa League spot, but he also said if one of his 4 dream clubs comes after him, that he'd like to leave. One of those clubs was Manchester United.
Yeah. And with, him being in the last 6 months of his contract, that's United could sign him, who's a stellar player to sign, and have enough money to go after someone else. I think
maybe it's that
no-brainer.
situation where United sign him, but he stays at Mönchengladbach till the end of the season.
I think it would be a signing for now. Otherwise, they sign him for a free in the summer. I think they need the cover, especially since he can play up front as well. So you'd have him and Rashford kind of vying for the same position, and they can switch back and forth. Makes interchangeable pieces and makes that front line more dangerous. I think it's going to happen. I think it's inevitable. I predicted before this rumor came out, so this wasn't me predicting something that I thought already would happen. I just think the price tag is too good for United to pass on.
Yeah, I mean, he probably wouldn't be starting for United, but he gives them depth. So wouldn't hurt United in any way, especially if they can get him on a free.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's similar to the Yuri Tielemans situation with Arsenal. It's, do you wait till the summer and sign him now for that with that contract for the summer, or do you pay the money to get him immediately? I think it's what United needs, and with the 10 million price tag, I think it works out perfectly for both clubs. That way, Gladbach has enough time left in the window to find somebody else. All right, last rumor of the day, Azzedine Ounahi. Apparently, Napoli has already put in a bid and been accepted. It's also linked to Leicester City. Plays at Angers? What do you think?
If he goes to Napoli, if they can scoop him up, I think that's great. If Leicester can pull that off, wow, I'd be surprised and also impressed if they can.
Yeah.
Because I think he'd be a fantastic signing for Leicester. But if you're Ounahi, I think you'd prefer to go to the current leaders of Serie A and Napoli.
Yeah, and I mean, even if it's not till the summer, I mean, he wants to finish the season with Angers. I think Napoli, if they pull that off, what a signing after seeing him in the World Cup.
Yeah.
They're on top of the league. Signing him, they'd only get better. Gives them extra depth in midfield. Only thing Leicester City has going for him is the lure of the Premier League. You could probably give him more money. But that's it. Napoli has the Champions League as well. I don't think Leicester stands a chance in this one.
I don't think so either.
So those are our transfer rumors. That's all we have for today. Make sure to like, subscribe, give us your thoughts, correct us where need be, because I know we're not perfect. Find us on all of our socials, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and wherever podcasts are found. Till next time, we'll see you later, you beautiful humans.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.